guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and we're going to be doing some more multiplayer today. We're going to be racing in Silverstone, and I'm going to be using the Gresini Ducati once again. Now, we're not going to be racing in the live GP today, we're just going to be racing amongst some friends. Caspar72, of course, a DrAce channel member, and 100k Blade, a very familiar person in my YouTube stuff as well, either in the comments or even in the Discord server. Some two great guys. In fact, actually owe 100k Blade a bit of an apology because he beat me in the Assen race in the Superbike 22 Championship a while ago, and he was really strong. Nice strong move up into the inside in Assen into turn 1, but unfortunately I don't have that video anymore, so we'll not get to see it. If I have it somewhere, I'll be sure to post it for you, but if I don't know where it is, I'll be honest. I've done so much content since then with recordings and everything else, so apologies, but I will look for it, I promise. So, I'm keen to see how we get on today. It's been a while since I've done Silverstone, so I don't know if this is going to go too well, or if it's going to go negatively. As I say, I'm a bit rusty in this circuit, but it's good to be back online with just any riders as well. Unfortunately, I don't know who Mad Des is, so apologies, but I do believe he is one of the friends from either Caspar or 100k Blade, so hello to you. But in this one, we've just done some live GP races. I had the race from a couple of days ago, of course, the flag-to-flag situation in Catalonia, and hopefully after this one, I'll be recording another live GP. I'm really trying to get on board with more live GP races. I really enjoy them, providing there's no cheaters and idiots racing online. So yeah, I'm hoping we're going to have some good races here, but I'm on a pretty fast lap time coming in here, 0.7 of a second quicker than the previous run round, which was a 1:58.579, so hopefully on this lap we could be getting into the 1:57s. I guess we'll find out as we now go into the hard braking zone of the right-hander into Stowe for turn 15. We're looking at a potential second improvement. Could be in the lower echelon of the 1:57s. I'll feel quite confident about that one going into this race here. So into Vale for the final time of today's qualifying, and one more corner to tackle from the curve of 17 all the way to the right hand side for the club corner. We bring on the ride-out device prematurely, and across the line it is a 1:57.155, almost into the 1:56s. So pole position for us, as you can see, we are there on the Gresini Ducati. We have Mad Des on the Yamaha, 100k Blade is on the Prima Ducati, and Caspar is on the Aprilia. So a good selection of motorcycles here today. Let's see how we get on. Hard front, medium rear for us. We wait for the lights to go out, and away we go. Not a bad start, probably not my patented launcher off the line, but we do have the lead. Oh, someone went wide there to the left-hand side, possibly going for an outside line, but already into the farm corner, 0.5 of a second up the road. We have the advantage. 10 laps of the Silverstone race, downshifting a bit prematurely there. Any earlier than that, we probably would have crashed, so you need to be careful going into the loop as well. But already we have the second advantage. We're down to power setting 2, and hopefully we can either keep this lead or we can have a good battle with the riders behind. Who knows what's going to happen in our exchange here today. Well, it's a Ducati 1-2. Ducati in the form of the Gresini Ducati, and then of course the Prima Ducati in second place. The Yamaha in third of Mad Des, and Caspar's Aprilia there in fourth, not too far behind. Now unfortunately we didn't have a bigger group than this, just the 4 of us for today. Hoping to start doing some more online sessions and getting more of you guys involved. I do believe I have a couple of riders on MotoGP 23, especially on PC, on Steam, that try and get in touch with me a lot to try and arrange races, but it's just so difficult for me to find the time where I'm actually available and when I can really just take time to chill and relax. Oh goodness me, we went totally too tight to the apex. I completely messed it up going into the left hand side. Wow, what a mistake that was. I guess that's concentration for you. Too busy chatting to you guys about content and the whatnot, and I've made a big mistake. We're down by 5 seconds. That's a disaster. I sometimes have a habit of looking across to the left hand side. Then I've done it again. Oh my goodness, we're going wide now for the left hander. We just hit a bump. We're down again. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Bit of an embarrassment coming in from the number 47. I should really pay attention. I got a bit carried away during this recording. I was just too busy looking at the left hand side. I couldn't quite see if my what do you call it, OBS was recording. And yeah, it is recording, thankfully, but I just had to take a look and I couldn't see it, so I was trying to move out of the way there so I could see. But anyway, well, mistakes have happened. So this is interesting. Okay, we have a different complexion now today's race. 9 seconds behind the Yamaha, as the Prima Primac Ducati has just gone down. He's now down to 3rd place. There's 100k Blade. 8.5 seconds. Oh, okay, I'm rubbing my hands together at this prospect now. This could be fun. We've got a bit of a work to do to catch up the boys ahead of us, so let's see what happens. I'm really keen to get into this, but yeah, as I was saying before I get into too much concentration here, is that I do struggle sometimes to find the time to play with you guys, whether it be live streams, online racing, or just other videos in general. Just a little bit difficult, and it's not always easy for me just to chill back and just relax and play some games. Usually I end up getting distracted and end up getting back into the hot seat, microphone on, and recording something else. I was trying to stay ahead. And of course, since I've been in Germany the past week, it's been difficult to get back to the content. I had a week off, but of course I did enough content to make sure videos were done every single day. But yeah, it's been difficult to get back into the groove, into the rhythm. It's not as easy to have that time off and then come straight back. In the sense of creativity, I mean. Of course, I love doing the YouTube, and I still do. But it's just the creativity wasn't really flowing at first. But I've still got loads of video requests to get through as well, which I'm certainly pushing to get done. But I can see 100k Blade in the distance. I think he made a mess going into Brooklands a moment ago. So, we'll, excuse me, Beckett's. We'll see if we can close in rather soonish. I do feel significantly stronger here. On this braking mark here, I always find that whether it be against the AI or online opponents, I am able to close in quite nicely. And just as you see there, we took 1.5 seconds away from 100k Blade, so I assume he must have made a mistake as well, because it wouldn't take that much time. But 158.346 coming in from the number 47, very tight to the apex of the Abbey corner. I will confess, I've said this before many times before actually, I don't like this version of Silverstone as much as the other one. And oh, steady! Downshifting at a silly moment there again. I've got to stop doing that. That's a habit of doing Moto 2 and Moto 3. It doesn't really work for the GP bikes, but yeah, as I was saying, I like the other start-finish straight, so you go into Luffield as your final corner and then Woodcut. I think that's much more enjoyable than this version that we have now. I appreciate it's a bigger, more advanced pit lane, so it makes sense, but I prefer this one being the final part. So here into Luffield, then into the right-hand side, going into Woodcut, bring on the power, get across the line. That's what I prefer the most. And of course, who can forget Alex Rins going around the outside in one attempt and then back up on the inside for the next attempt to beat Marc Marquez back in 2019. Now that was absolutely sensational. The only frustrating part about that is I was there in 2018 when the race got cancelled. If only I went the year after, I could have witnessed history live right there in front of me. Only difference. But still, an amazing experience nonetheless. Who would have thought I'd been into even more Superbike events by then, and even more MotoGP by that day. So anyway, bring on the power. We have a 100k Blade ahead of us, number 13. I want to be a little bit more stronger going into this corner here. This is the right-hander, of course. The somewhat difficult Stoke corner. I usually feel pretty confident around there, but after making that mishap on the previous lap, or at least the first lap, I don't want to be making that mistake again. So, hard on the brakes. Going into the left-hand side for Vale. Quick change of direction here to curve of 17. And keep it in. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Bring on the ride-out device, and across the line, this could be another improvement. It wasn't. We actually lost 0.5 of a second, so not so stellar. But we are down to power setting 2, of course. I forgot to mention that. Now into the left-hand side, we are closing in all the time. I don't necessarily need to go for anything too brash here. I see, a small moment there for 100k Blade. Bit of a mistake onto the entry of the third corner, now into the loop. We'll bring on the power, and we've brought down the gap to 3 seconds. Still plenty of time in this one, in our attempt to catch up to good old comrades and friends, let's say. Good camaraderie between the aces, of course. As I said, I don't know much about Mad Des, but if you are watching, shout out to you. You're still leading this Grand Prix. But by 4.5 of a second now into Luffield. It's only a matter of time that we catch up to the two guys ahead of us. So let's see what we can produce. But yeah, guys, of course, If you are enjoying the content, now is a great time to subscribe, because I'm guessing the action is going to get close up very, very soon as we look ahead to the 2 rides ahead of us. But yeah, I'm pushing for 10,000 subscribers, and I'd be really grateful if you could help me get there before Christmas. And of course, it does you good as well. I upload videos every single day, so if you enjoy my dulcet tones and videos, then why not get subscribed as well. We are closing in quite rapidly now onto the Aprilia of Caspar 72, and I do feel this could be the lap time that puts us into the 157, so it would be good to do that in power setting 2. Hard on the anchors we go for the Stowe corner, a little bit wide, following Caspar's line there. I kind of go for the tighter apex usually, but it still works. And we're still up by a tenth of a second, braking underneath the craft beer sign. Now into Vale for the left-hander, back across to the right. We are closing in. Where can we get the lunge done, though? That's a question with no answers yet. So up on the power across the line, it's not quite a 157, but it is a 158.114. So still in the 158s for now. 157 is eluding us at this stage of the Grand Prix, but we have the tyres to last, and we're still half race distance, so we've got plenty of time yet as Caspar closing in really quickly now on the number 15, and we now go to left hand side. Is he going for a lunge there? Looks like he is as he stops the bike. Oh God! Oh, he dropped the bike right down in front of me there. Oh, hearts in mouths. Well, there goes your 157 lap time. That's not going to happen on this one. And now I've got to do all that work again. God damn it. God damn it. Caspar. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I almost dropped my controller then for a moment. 2.5 seconds it is that we have lost on this exchange. Caspar's only a second behind me though, so he can use my lines now and use a bit of slipstream to catch up to Mad Des. I don't know how far 100k Blade is, but I think he's having a tough time in here in Silverstone. I don't think he's particularly enjoying it. I don't know if this was his choice of track, but yeah, I don't think it's gone too well for my Ducati colleague. So we now go onto the brakes and bring it back into the left-hand side for turn 11. I can't seem to get the corners right into Maggots and Beckett's. It's not really working out for me. Beckett's not so bad, but Maggots, I'm not really getting it right. As 100k Blade goes down again for the 4th or 5th time this Grand Prix. We're now on to the Hanger Straight. Chasing Mad Des onto the brakes we go into the Stowe corner. Have we pulled back 1.5 seconds on this lap? Maybe 2 seconds, so a pretty good performance, even though we've effectively lost that a moment ago. So onto the brakes, left Alpine Star's boot just dangling on the floor to keep us upright. And then we'll have an attack on the Yamaha. Ooh, that's too tight to the apex. I could see that coming, but I had already committed to that really tight line. It is a 2-minute 1. Ooh, bad lap time. Oh, of course. How quickly could you forget the incident a moment ago with the Aprilia? Now into the left. Go hard onto the brakes and move into the right-hand side for the village corner. Nice and tight to the apex. No downshifting to first this time. It didn't really work the last time we do it, so we wait for the moment. And we'll stay in second. And we are closing in. Nice tight apex to the left-hand side for Aintree. Bring on the power. Chuck in your ride-out device. This could be the moment. Where can we get the lunge done? Do feel strong. Oh, he's gone wide. Can we take over? Do need to give him a bit of space as he regains the position. But I think the job's done. 0.2 of a second, we are ahead. But I'm not counting him out yet. No way. It's only a 0.6 of a second. 0.7 now. He'll be right there behind me. Will be the Yamaha. Onto the brakes we'll go into the somewhat difficult Cops corner. I tend to find that I either go really well in that corner or terrible. I can never find a happy medium within that corner. But now goes the fast changes of directions from Maggots into the right-hander for 11, then back across into the left for the wonderful Maggots and Beckett section. Absolutely beautiful section of circuit. And we have gained an advantage of almost 2 seconds. Yet we're significantly slower compared to our previous best of a 158.114. Now, if we are ahead, if we're out of the rough waters, my only goal now is to try and get that 157, which has eluded me so far. It's a coveted prize to conclude this video. So onto the brakes. Everything's still running as normal. If you followed my other MotoGP videos, you'll know for the MotoGP class I am usual fan of traction control on 3, anti-wheelie 4, Engine brake's always on 4 regardless of each game, and then the power setting is intermittent, of course, depending on the situation. But into the right-hander for turn 1. I feel quite strong. I do feel really good now. Probably not as strong as a lot of others, but I don't feel too bad right now, and I am getting to grips with the Ducati quite nicely. Even having the confidence to downshift to first gear there for both the farm corner and both the loop. Not bad. Now into the left-hand side for Aintree. They're looking quite promising here, guys. Promising indeed. We've got a couple more laps to go. Definitely have the opportunity to get into the 157s. I'm feeling rather positive. I hope this momentum carries into the next live GP race. I believe it is the Red Bull Ring. And I think it might be rainy. I need to double check after this video, but that's going off memory from what I looked earlier on. I know there's an Assen one coming up as well, which I'm concerned about, because the last time we went to Assen, it was just cheaters. They was cheating across, well, at least one particular idiot was cheating, where he basically ruined my race and took off points of my live GP record, which I'm still pretty miffed at today. But anyway, it is what it is. So into Maggots, into the right. Not quite as smooth. I don't seem to have the power going in there, and it's probably the confidence as well going into Maggots and Beckett. You have to be fast, you have to be confident. I'm not quite getting it. I do want to move over to power setting 3 because I'm not sure we can get into the 157s without the aid of the third power option, but I don't want to abuse the fuel. Maybe we can't get the 157s. Certainly opportunities. Oh, we closed in pretty well for Stowe. But it was a bit misleading because I obviously went a little bit deep, and that's why the timing screen caught up to the mistake. And now into the right-hander. Yeah, I don't think we are going to get the 157s, but my goal is let's just stay consistent. Let's just keep pushing for the 158s. As long as we stay within the 158s, I think we'll be happy. For 6.5. Oh my goodness, what is that? I can't believe I've gone down again. Where's the momentum? Are we lost the lead again? I can't believe that. I didn't feel like I did anything particularly wrong there going into turn 1, but I must have just made a mistake. It reminds me a lot of the live GP race we did earlier, which has probably already come out now as a video, which was the live GP in Catalonia. Under the qualifying situation, I was going into turn 6, and for some reason the bike just went sideways and I crashed in the qualifying. So, yeah. I don't know what's happened. It felt very similar there. Possibly the Ride 5 braking techniques coming in, or maybe, whoa, goodness me, almost lost the front again. Because it's a balancing act at the moment. Full Ride 5, MotoGP 23's Moto 2, and then MotoGP 23's MotoGP bike. So it's a bit of a balancing act right now, and I'm still playing a bit of MXGP in my own spare time as well. So a lot of these aren't playing well with each other. I've been thinking about sort of like trying to improve for esports, but really, I'll never get there. I'd have to just dedicate all my time to this game, and I don't think people would want to see that. I think more importantly is making content and funny stuff and interesting things on Ride 5, especially the guides, which I need to do more of. I've fallen behind a bit with that, so definitely stay tuned for more guides. Got another track guide coming up very soon. Of course, the Brands Hatch video would already be available now. And I still have the MotoGP 23 and MotoGP Academy series to get through as well. I do know the Motegi one is a difficult one because it's completely broken. You consistently get an autopilot which invalidates the lap, which doesn't allow you to finish the challenge. So yeah, that is a problem. Lap 8 of 10. It's going to be an absolute disaster of a lap time. We're going to lose 7 seconds. It's a 2:05. In a very disappointing race for me today. It's been far my best. Been far my best. Been far from my best. It was one of my worst performances, and somehow I'm still leading. So I'm grateful for that. But it is only a multiplayer race. There's nothing but pride on the stake here today. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit. I've been recording a lot today, and I think I'm still I still have a lingering cold from. Excuse me, a lingering cold from Germany. It's been getting me down ever so bit, but we're still pushing on as my throat is really beginning to sore. Excuse me. So 8 tenths per second it is. We have lost going into the right-hander for Luffield for turn 7. We're still 2 seconds ahead, so I think we've got this one job done. But the medium rear is not looking too hot. The left-hand side of the medium rear is looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't want to be paying too much attention to that whilst I'm trying to race, but... I have to be careful of that. I don't think, with 2 laps to go, I don't think it's a problem. Well, a lap and a half. But it's certainly something to have in the back of your mind, especially for corners like these. Fast, flowing corners, 100 plus miles an hour. You need to be careful with your front tyre, and especially the rear tyre as well. You don't want it to turn round on you and end up crashing down here. Of course, with a long, fast crash, it'll take longer to respawn as well, so there is that to consider. But with a little bit of power left, I might be... Oh, I don't know. Well, plus minus 0.2 as Kaspar goes down again in this race. He must... In fact, he's actually neck and neck with a 100k blade. The pair of them are just coming out of Maggots and Beckett's. They're on the hanger straight, I believe it is. And Mad Des is 2.5 seconds behind me. So this one's far from over. One mistake and that's all it could take to bring Mad Des back into this. I think he's also made a mistake because he lost about a second in that previous lap. But we have plus 0.2 of fuel. Going into Abbey quite strong. Very strong as a matter of fact. That was probably my cleanest corner for turn 1 in today's video. And then on the brakes again, nice and early, downshifting to second. I think I'll save the downshifter first. It does send you a little bit too aggressively into the corner. Too much torque and power to the GP22. And now into the left. For the Aintree corner. Pretty good. The first section is really nice. We seem to have nailed that one, apart from the crash on the lap 8. But with power setting 2, I really want to move to power setting 3 just to see if we can get the 157. I just don't think it's possible. It's certainly probable, but possible right now? I think, well, it is, but we'd lose fuel and we'd probably not finish the race. Down by a 10th. This is actually a good lap coming in here. What a way to kill him right in the last lap. Got to chuck in the fastest lap time possible to really stamp your authority on this multiplayer race. It might not be a 157, and I've been talking about it for a while, and I really want it. But it's not really that important. It's just a race amongst friends, as I say. Pride on stake for these 4 men. And it looks like one of us will be taking the victory here today by possibly a 6-second advantage. Pretty solid performance. So we have a little bit of fuel left. Do I bother using it or not? I guess not. I mean, would it really make that much of a difference? Maybe it would. But I don't want to risk it and end up completely ruining the race. Oh, we're quite good though going into Stowe. Again, a little bit misleading, but hard on the brakes into the craft sign. Late as you possibly can be. Nice and tight to the apex of Vale. Very tight to the apex, as a matter of fact. A little bit of a wheelie. It could be close, but I don't think it will be enough. We're still going to be losing out by a 10th of a second. Across the line, it is not enough, but it is victory for DrAce here in my home track of Silverstone. So guys, thanks for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, most importantly, be sure to hit that subscribe button and consider liking the video as well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.